Howdy, traveler. The other day, my Ford train got a little bit derailed, and when I was putting it back on track, I thought, oh, maybe let's go to DiningCAR and let's ask Paul to join me again. So he did, and this is what came up. Have fun.
Welcome to the DiningCAR. The topic I finished last time is programming, and I thought that's a good one to bring my fellow passenger with me and see where we take this thought about programming. Hopefully we won't talk
Oh, but you mean you're going to program me?
we're not gonna talk about computers. No computers. We're gonna talk about people. So let's kick it off. So what comes to your mind when I say programming?
Nothing particularly.
I mean, like, human and like our programming, and that's where I was heading to, like being programmed from a childhood, and like societal program, autonomy.
It is what it is.
Yes.
That's what comes to mind. It's what happens.
Yes.
Couldn't be any other way.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yep.
So then you just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And, well, you don't have to deal with it. Some people are aware that it's happened, and I presume the fact that you're aware it's happened, it doesn't sit well with you.
Like,
because if you get programmed, which can encompass a whole million things, can't it? It can be just teachings of the way of the world. It can be how to function, how to live, how to thrive, all those things. If you get taught all those things and they work perfectly for you, then you're not even aware that you've been taught those things.
Exactly.
It just happens. It's just a thing that's non-existent in your reality. I think it's only when those things don't work, or you come up against brick walls, or some form of that then you start to be like, you start to question maybe.
Yeah, it's when you crash with the reality, or the almost like the reality changes so much from the time you were programmed that these programs didn't evolve or didn't adapt to this new reality. So they start malfunctioning basically. I've had this, as you said, my programming was working for a very long time. I didn't even realize I've been programmed. I didn't even have this term in my vocabulary. I only used it with computers. But I really like to use it for like human beings, because you can use programmings or behaviors or some patterns, because that's how I see how we work. There's like, I see my brain as a database of programs or some kind of behavior patterns, and they are activated based on the situation which is around. It's same like with a computer. You give it some database of if A happens, then do a B. I think we have something very similar in us, and more strongly it has been repeated, more easier you go into that type of behavior or a pattern or a program, whatever you want to say. And my programs work quite well. I can't complain about my life. I'm not complaining about my life, but I got to the stage where I realized, like, they are not serving me anymore. They are like being activated and they are running.
What made you realize that?
Hitting a brick wall, like having these big meltdowns, like where I completely crashed and like life stopped making sense, and I was questioning what the F is happening.
But what was the thing that made a meltdown? Or what's the thing that, like, I don't know, I'm not saying specific examples, but like, what is that hitting the wall? Really? is it trying to do something that you've been taught this is how you do it, and for some reason it's not working, or is it that you just feel so about doing this thing that it just doesn't feel right?
For me, it was mainly, it's like my mind is taking me back to when we were in New Zealand and when we were running the cafe, because that's where it started in the biggest extent, in biggest power. Because I, a Czech boy, traveled the half of the world and went to New Zealand, to a little town, and I started to do the things which I've been taught, which I've been programmed. But the New Zealand culture and New Zealand programming and the way how the people are there is very different. It's like any country you go,
Also,
people react differently.
Another thing I'd just say is like a different word to use, like programming, would be just kind of like the way to be, isn't it?
Yes.
The way somebody is, the way you act, the way that you interact with, and the way that you are in this world.
Yeah,
but it is kind of like programming.
Yeah. Because it is like when we come to this world, we are blank slate.
Because some people might not understand programming.
Yeah.
It might sound a bit too like computerized, like you see, or a bit too forceful or something.
I would kind of say that when we are in France now, so all the babies which are born here, and they are not born French, they become French. They kind of become sponge and what is the thing? Kind of get inside.
Absorb.
Yeah. Absorb like all the French culture, the French language, tons of croissants.
French way to be. French way to be.
Yeah, French way to be. So that's the same. Like that's why I really jumping from topic to topic, or I am. But I really believe as like humans, we are all very, very similar, But then what makes us very, very different is this programming. And also that makes the reason why we clash, because all of these belief systems and all of these behavior patterns, we identify with them so much. That can be like, let's stay with these nations, that I am French and you are Czech, or you are a Kiwi, and you do this way and I do it this way, and my way is better than yours. Better than yours. There's this song coming to my mind. So yeah, that's where it starts. But wait, what you were asking me? We were in New Zealand, and yeah, so I started to do my typical things. And as I talked in the previous 4 trains, I was programmed to be a good boy. I was a pleaser. Because that was my protective mechanism. I learned to be safe was to read another people, adapt, or like find out what they want, give it to them, so then they accept me, they like me, and then I feel protected and not threatened. So I was using the same thing there, with Paul's family, with all the customers, with everyone. I needed to be accepted, so I was trying to do, kind of. Wait, here I'm a little bit crashing.
Need to reboot.
Reboot. Here I'm a little bit crashing. That's funny with the thoughts sometimes, as you're saying them, then you can, I am quite conscious now about what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that I'm lying, but the way where I'm going, it doesn't somehow click.
What sounds interesting to me is the regarding programming and way to be is I'm fascinated in the differences about different countries, like you say, and cultures, how it's all intertwined, and that it's all a learned behavior. It's all a learned way to be. If I think about New Zealand and the Kiwi way, the overarching predominant way to be as a Kiwi is like, she'll be right.
She'll be right.
It's such a common way. People say it commonly, and people act like it commonly, which, okay, is fine. It works, she'll be right. Nothing's such a big deal. You don't need to get stressed out, that kind of attitude, which is fine. But at the same time, there's a huge amount of it that I know from experience and I've seen is she'll be right means just push it away. push it behind you, push it under the rug, forget about it. And that's fine also. But if that is something that happens constantly, day after day, year after year, those things sometimes pile up and they have to be dealt with. And she'll be right, can lead to a massive, I don't know, load of bullshit